Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to welcome you to another amazing Tarot 101 video. I really enjoy this series, getting to talk about something that's so close to my heart, helping you guys, connect into those decks, connect in and understand the readings that I and other readers share with you. That understanding of the cards helps to, give you the direction you need. A lot of times in group readings, you guys can pick up your own intuitive insight into looking at these cards. That's why I take time to draw the cards out and I show them to you. We talk about them. Because they're going to connect in with you on different levels, giving you more information. And that's exactly what I want to do. Give you the information that's going to support you the most. And tarot, there's a lot of information. So these sessions, they're short, sweet, and I'm hoping pretty concise. I know I can carry on about different cards because they do resonate with me in different ways. Now today's topic, as you saw in the thumbnail, we're going to start to dive into the court cards. Now, the court cards in themselves can be pretty complex and a little overwhelming. I have many of my students who are a bit concerned about the court cards and their diversity. So this is going to be one of many videos that I do kind of unpacking that court card and helping you to connect in with it a little bit more. So, without further ado, let's get into the court cards. Like always, I do have the original Rider-Waite here. I find teaching helps with the original Rider-Waite because, it was one of the main decks. It was the first deck that brought out the pictorial divinational cards that we have. So, if you're going to learn from the beginning. Now, this video will build off of a couple other videos in this series. We're going to be dealing with the Minor Arcana in the court cards. So, of course, we're going to be dealing with information that I brought up in the suits video, where we talked about the 4 suits. If you haven't seen that, I would encourage you to pause this video, watch that little, I think there's about 15-20 minutes on the different suits, on the 4 suits, to support you in, connecting in a little bit more fully with the court cards. Now, we're not really going to be connecting in too much on the numerology that I brought up last week, as the numerology was the ace, or the 1 to 10. The 1 to 10 is very different in many ways to the court. Now, as I was talking about the videos, I did throw up cards to each of these videos because they are important information. They're tools to support you in reading, and I think they're pretty important. They're kind of the foundation we need to build off of. So, let's dive in here. Obviously, I've got the pages. The Page of Swords, the Page of Wands, Cups, and Pentacles. I'm not going to get too much into the suits. I will touch onto it because it is important. However, know that the pages themselves, they have that enthusiastic, excited energy that we associate with the child. Now, depending on your deck, you may see the page actually depicted as child, as princess, as daughter. This is the inquisical, playful energy. There's a lot of naivety when it comes to the page because we are dealing with that very young energy. But a young energy that is full of enthusiasm and excitement. I usually kind of equate it to that inner toddler. That, woo, go, 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 yay! No thought of consequence. I know that Pamela Coleman Smith drew these cards as kind of young men. However, that's not the energy that is connected in with these cards. These cards, like I said, we're looking at that very youthful, very childlike, innocent energy. Again, you would associate them with the different suits and connect in with that feeling. The pages are that very childlike, enthusiastic energy that is associated with the different suits. Just know that they do have a lot more kind of naivety regarding their suit. They don't have the most control. Like you see in the sword here. He's not even paying attention to his sword. He's looking the other way. Here, he's not even paying attention to where he's going. This, I won't even get into the Page of Cups. I love the Page of Cups. And yeah. Him in his hat with his floral tunic, it brings me all sorts of joy. But there is a lot of naivety when it comes to that childlike, innocent energy. I don't know who would win, guys. So write this in the comment box below. Do we like the Page of Cups hat better than the Page of Pentacles? Or does the Page of Wands win? Who's got the better hat? Because Pamela Coleman Smith really did enjoy her hats. The whole outfit. She was quite the fashionista. So I digress. But it's that same energy. That fun, enthusiastic, playful energy that we just experienced. So connecting in with the pages, you're connecting in with that very childlike, innocent energy. I really enjoy the page. It's a lot of fun. And if you've seen my videos, you know me in the Page of Cups. I love the Page of Cups. I think he's awesome. All right, so we're gonna move the pages and we're gonna get into the Knights. Dun, dun, dun. With the Knights, you're looking at the big brother, that adolescent energy. Now, the Knights can also be seen as the sons. They are that adolescent, no fear energy. And of course, with that no fear energy, you usually get the sun, that male figure, if you will. That said, I've noticed a trend in a lot of the newer decks that have added kind of a feminine twist to the knight, which I really enjoy. There was a lot of, I guess, belief that no fear, that balls to the walls energy was only masculine. And I suppose in 1910 or the early 1900s, that was true. However, there's been an insurgence of that feminine power. So I do enjoy that new shift. And you will see that tarot does start to shift depending on what decade and energies are influencing it. So back to that knight. Of course, knights, you have that very go-go, no thought to the consequences of action. Now, as you can see here, each knight is in varying stages of motion, which do connect in with their different suits. The suit does play a large role in that feeling. There's a very different feeling from the Knight of Swords to the Knight of Pentacles. Knowing that they have a little bit more control and understanding of their element than what their younger sibling or the page has. However, again, there's still that naivety, right? In adolescence, sure, we had no fear, but we didn't have a great understanding of our world. The same is true here. as you're going through the court cards, you'll find that there becomes a greater refinement in their understanding. So those knights, you're looking at that no fear energy, and it's very needed in each of the different suits, as each of the different suits represents and talks about a different aspect of life. So these knights, that adolescent no fear, go, go, go energy. And use the card to your advantage, guys. See how these trees are really whipping it around. Those clouds are very chaotic. There's birds in the corner. There's a lot of information here. Use it to your advantage. It's not all about just, oh, well, here's a card. We need to connect into the picture. We need to connect into the feelings of the card. They're very different feelings as you go forward. And I'm not sure if you're noticing this, but we're getting a pattern. The Knight or the Pentacles, they're very yellow cards, whereas the other cards are very blue. So it's important to connect into the colors, because colors also have meaning. And yes, I will do a video on the colors. It's just, I want to create videos that aren't too overwhelming, that we can take the information and continue to move forward with it, rather than feeling overwhelmed and stuck, because that doesn't help anybody. Our lovely queens. Whoa! I love the queens. They are so diverse. So of course, with the queens, you can see them as mothers. I've seen them as sisters in a couple of decks. It's that feminine, that divine feminine energy. Again, connecting in to each suit. You're going to find that they have a lot more control than what the Knight and the Page have. They're their queens. We have that adult female energy. We've lost that youth, and you've gone into that motherly type energy. And motherly / crone. The Queen of Swords does pick on the crone energy a lot, so that very older energy. But we're looking at that very stable feminine energy. And of course, they each have their different connection, right? Their different affinity to the different elements and what they're connected into. Know that they all have their crowns and their thrones, and they're all very different, as they too are all very different. I personally enjoy how the wand has her throne that goes and extends off the card, talking about that connection to the high vibrational energy. Again, we have angels in the Queen of Swords. We have these weird kind of cherub type mermaids in the Queen of Cups. And then you also have all these elegant little animals connected into the Queen of Pentacles. Really talking about those connections to the high vibrational beings and the supports that they've used throughout their lifetime. I also just really enjoy the fact that Queen of Wands is not sitting like any woman would in 1910. They never sat with their knees across. That's a man's stance, not a woman's. She be owning it? So look at the cards. See how they're presented. Just like how the knights were in varying stages of motion, these are also in very different, I guess, depictions of femininity, of life, right? Where this is a very nurturing, adoring, I guess, gaze at the pentacle. She's almost gazing into it like she's reading it and owning it. Or she'd just be owning everything. And she has lived through life through some pretty hard knocks. She is just owning all that is around her. You can see the clouds. They don't dare cloud her ability to connect in to that knowledge, to that collective consciousness. Like I said, that energy that these cards bring are very different and will support you in connecting in. There are symbols and messages everywhere. It's important to take time to look, see the cherubs, the butterflies. And I encourage people to use this deck or even the Radiant Rider Waite that helps to really crisp up the pictures. However, you need the original to start to see some of the symbols and understand some of the message that the card is sending. Like here, it's really hard to see. I'll see if I can get it zoomed in. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see here. Will it work? I don't know if it's coming in or not, but at her wrists here, is it working? I'll have to check in editing, but she has little tassels on her wrists, talking about all the hard knocks that she has endured. If you don't believe me, Google it. Go on, don't Google the meaning, just go on and Google the Queen of Swords. And then zoom in on her wrist. You can really see it in this one because it tassels down. But she also has it on this side, right? We have a lot of messages and symbols within each card. And it's in those hidden symbols. Like Pamela Coleman Smith was such an amazing intuitive artist. It's up to us to go through and connect in with those symbols. The more we connect in with them, the more we connect in with our deck and the messages that are being sent. Like I say, those messages are hidden in plain sight. We need to slow down and be more observant to what's around us. Well, what's around us would be the kings. Dun da da da. We now have the beings or the men that have the most control, the most power, the most knowledge of their suit. Nothing gets by these guys. This is the end-all be-all of the suit. And again, they're in very different positions. Similar positions, but different. Again, we have a couple thrones here that ascend to the heavens. Those little images that are all around. The fact that the King of Cups is sitting on this concrete slab in the middle of a chaotic sea and he's just owning it. He's in total control. That is an important feeling and element that the card brings. Now, of course, kings, I've also seen them as fathers or dads, are considered that very masculine energy. Like I said, they're in control. There is no other card that holds the most of that element, the most knowledge, the most growth and development. Now, if you've seen my readings before, you know that the King of Pentacles has also been coined Midas Touch himself. Connecting in and enjoying your cards, like I said, is such an important aspect. And I encourage people to explore them, to take time with them. So these lovely men are very different and distinct. Like I said, they have the most control and the most power. And like any cards, all the courts can have that very positive Midas touch, growth and development, the most knowledge, that emotional control so you can really get things done. But they can easily become tyrants. There are two sides to all these coins. There is no one card better than the other. They all have different meanings and different feelings. Know that these men are there. They have the support and the stability of that divine masculine energy. That's part of why they have that control over their element and their suit. I can't stress it enough. Take time and connect in with these cards. Look at them. And if you don't want to buy a Rider Waite deck because you're really not engaged with them, I would encourage you to get the pictures of each card so you can start to see the different symbols, because these symbols will come up again and again in different decks, in oracle decks, in your everyday life. Like I said, Pamela Coleman Smith was an amazing intuitive artist. Yes, I know that this deck is very dated. However, those symbols are still relevant today. So this, like I said, I wanted to just dip our toe into part of what the court cards mean. There is a lot more, believe me, but I don't want to overwhelm you. We'll get into those different elements as we go through this series. I'll touch back again on the court cards. Just take some time and enjoy your cards and enjoy this process. It's a fantastic one, and I want to thank you for allowing me to join you on this amazing journey. I want to thank you guys again so very much for joining me and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and guidance into what the cards want to share. Now, if you have a burning question or a topic that you want me to cover in this series, please leave it below. I can start to answer these questions as they come up. We're going to dive into these cards more and more each time we meet. And you're going to have a better understanding of what tarot and these cards are sharing. So, like I said, if you have a question or a topic you want me to cover, just leave it below. And in the meantime, while you wait for that next video to come forward, take some time and enjoy your cards and this journey. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my friends.